Good evening, sports gamers. It is Tuesday, August 23rd. It is 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means it is time for the return, the SGO Press Pass. My name is Jake Jacobson. I am your sparkly host. Two of the three of us got the sequin memo, and to be fair to Curtis, we didn't really give him a chance. The previous host, managing editor Mike Knoxxx is no longer with us. He's fine. He's just not taking place in the new podcast. But we have recruited yet another great Mike to fill in. Mike, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself real quick?
Well, like Knoxxx said, all you need is one mic. Well, you got one tonight. That's me. Sorry guys, I'm a little smart guy. Like I'm a wrestling fan. You can see my background, right? So, but thank you for being here. I thank the Natural for reaching out and Mike Knoxxx for reaching out. I appreciate it. I'm a sports gamer. I've known the Natural now for over a decade. Going back, I've started just with a little smaller bit. Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM, Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM, Hopewell, Virginia. Have my own show doing drive time between 5 to 7. Have ran my own podcast now for about 14 years. Just finished a good milestone of 3,000 plus episodes. If you look at anything back in the day when it came to wrestling talk, that's what I was a part of. Now I'm also a part owner of Unpopular Review Entertainment, which you can also find on YouTube. We do movies, wrestling, entertainment, all that good stuff. But we're here to talk games, and I'm not alone. I can't wait to do this. I love this. Let's talk some games.
We got an all-star, man. We got an all-star.
Husband. He's a father. He's a CEO. He's on the air.
I still got a regular job, just like you.
It's like all of you.
I still punch a clock, you know. So it's okay.
And then we, of course, if you are a fan of the show previously, you yeah, see, this is another thing I will like to eventually be able to do is highlight messages. If you are a previous fan of the show, you probably already know him, but just in case you don't, we're also joined by Curtis. Curtis, go ahead and introduce yourself. I gave you a hard act to follow, but
I know that was tough, man. We have an all-star on the team right now, but I am Curtis Russell. I am a writer, staff writer, and video producer here on Sports Gamers Online, and we just passed my year since I joined. Jake, you actually reminded me of that. Yeah, thank you. It's been fun. It's been great.
Curtis here is our European football guy.
European.
I'm still not sure if he wants me to say soccer. You know what I mean? Like, I try to be respectful here.
Right.
Try to be.
We might get a little mix up here. Football.
Look. We just started. Okay, we got to get 10 minutes into it before we get disrespectful. If you've seen the show before, you may know me. If this is your first time, my name is Jake Jacobson. I have previously co-hosted the SGO Press Pass. I am also a senior writer and senior editor on the website sportsgamersonline.com. Maybe you've heard of it. Before we get into the news, which we're going to be talking about a lot of the tentpole sports games today because it's that time of year. It's big sports game season.
Mm-hmm.
I figured we would dip in and see if we've been playing anything else. Now, Mike, I know you've been playing a lot of Madden 23, but we're going to get into that in just a second. What else have you been up to?
You shouldn't be playing anything else right now. I mean, if you can play it, right? Like, shout out to EA. I love you guys, and I'm not a Madden. I'm lying. I love Madden, but I'm not a dummy to Madden where people be like, "Oh, Madden doesn't change." Madden does change. Okay, it's just very minute. Okay, but it does change. And when you have no other football game to play, you just you make excuses like watching WWE. You make excuses for the product, right? But despite all that, we'll talk about that later. It's the server issues that are problems, and we'll also talk about that later. But I mean, still playing WWE 2K. I mean, the best I can, but that game fastly dropped and kind of fell apart, right? Not being updated. I feel like I'm playing a game that's 2 years behind its time. And still playing the wreck, whatever reason why, I feel like a clown. You all saw those memes, right? Where the clown starts off.
Yeah.
It just becomes a full clown. Yeah, it's a full clown. That's what I do. I'm a full clown. I'm part of that, brigade of 2K players, right? Game costs 150, you still spend 350 on VC, right? And then somebody will lie and say, I don't spend the money on no VC. You're lying. If you don't buy VC, you get left behind.
You do.
You get left behind.
Curtis, what about you, man?
I don't want to be super depressing, but after Curse to Golf, I've played 2 games that were dripped in their own controversy. One 2 years ago, one that's in the middle of its own controversy.
You're bringing the heat to this episode.
I am. I'm playing the PS5 version of Cyberpunk 2077 alongside Saints Row, the new reboot of that game. So yeah.
Hey, Cyberpunk, how's that game? did they make that game run? How's that going?
You know what? It's surprisingly a lot better than when I was playing it on PlayStation 4 at launch. I mean, I could be riding a motorcycle and then on the street and then all of a sudden be on top of a building. And I'm like, oh, there are
some, I'm sure this seems infamous enough that people know about this, but
yeah,
if somehow you missed this, please go look up, like bugs from early Cyberpunk, because there are some truly breathtaking game breaking bugs in that game.
You're breathtaking.
I was like, what does he say? Mike, what does he say?
That is a Cyberpunk meme, yeah.
Do you want to give us quick thoughts on
Saints Row? Yeah, it's not about gangsters trying to take over the hood. It's about TikTokers and like hipsters just trying to like get their rent money. That's what it's like. So it's not
cool.
A
question
good
mark.
It's not a good Saints Row
question mark on there. Yeah,
it's not a good Saints Row. When I heard I was just kind of listening to the dialogue. I heard capitalism and organic food. I was like, all right, this ain't gangster. What is up with this?
You gonna stick with it?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Because I like the character customization and I like crazy stuff and I like the humor in it so far. So we'll see. A lot of people have been bashing it really bad, so we'll see how bad it gets.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty average things about the new Saints Row.
Some pretty average things.
I've been playing a game called Rumbleverse. So Rumbleverse is a battle royale. It's a wrestling battle royale. It's free to play on the Epic Games Store. So if that's something that bothers you, I'm sorry. I guess don't play Rumbleverse. That game's really fun. It's super satisfying when you really tear someone up. You pick up different like wrestling moves as you go. Like that's the looting mechanic. You can always, but like you always have like you always have like a Irish whip. You always have a suplex. You can always elbow drop, and you get to do it off of the top of buildings, and it's all so satisfying to do. What?
This is It's called Rumbleverse. I should have paid attention to that.
Yeah, you should look into it.
I seen it. I was going to download it. I just feel like it came out too close to a multiverse, and I was just like, oh, y'all trying to take away from my multiverse right now, and y'all just gave me like Spike. You know what I mean? You throw some water on them, a double gremlin. Like, how can you beat that? And now you're talking about suplexes and elbows.
Yeah, like, you should look into it. It's real fun. Yeah, it's
Macho
like
Man, baby.
Is it the Battle Royale one?
Yes, it's the Battle Royale one.
That's what I thought it was.
You drop into Grappital City, which is the name of the place where you're fighting.
I like this already.
Yeah, you can climb. It's got the you can do the King Kong climb up buildings. You're like picking up different moves. So you got like they got stunner. They got giant swing where you can toss people into the ocean and eliminate them that way. It's real fun.
Are you good at it? Have you won?
Am I good at it? Oh, yeah. No. But it's fun to play. I feel like Rumbleverse is hard to improve at just because like it's a bunch of different moves that have a bunch of different priorities. And like, I don't know if either of you two are like fighting game buffs. But it's like, it's kind of hard to get a feel for like what moves you're getting your ass kicked by. I don't know if are we cussing? We should have talked about this beforehand. Sometimes I start a game of Rumbleverse and I'm 2 minutes into the game and someone suns me up and I have no idea what they did to me. I just lost. What I mean? So like that's my only problem. But like the game is so fun, even when I'm getting whooped up on, that like it's fine. I can usually get past it.
You can keep going.
Yeah. I'm willing to go, but it's one of those games that I one more. It's one of those one more games where like I've done my 8th one last game and it's like 2 a.m. and I'm like falling asleep at the controller. But but one more though, can't end on that one. So
the heroine of video games.
Yeah,
yeah, Mike, you should check it out. You should check it out, see if you like it.
I have no room for nothing in my life but Madden, which the peanut gallery is saying trash and the worst Madden ever. What was this one comment right here? It says this Madden is worse than the other ones. All right, because I just find that to be a very big asinine statement in question.
Yeah,
I wonder sometimes, do you people just comment to comment, or you actually played the game? Now, in all fairness, I don't know, right? So if you actually do play the game and you think that way, then I'm going to think you ain't playing other Madden, because it's completely different in a way that Madden is going to still be Madden, but played differently. Okay, this game has lots of tweaks and things in it. So whenever the time comes and the baton is passed to me, I'm going to go ahead and Usain Bolt this shit to the right direction.
Yeah, Mike, it's feeling a little bit like the time has come. So if you want to,
if you want to
get us started on talking about Madden 23.
Well, it's not much to talk about. The servers are broke.
Okay, well, all right. You know what? This was most of our podcast. I thought we had a whole plan. If we got to move on, it's fine.
That's the major problem with it, right? And actually, the major problem with it is not even that the servers are not working. It's the fact that they're not even acknowledging that the servers aren't working. EA Sports, EA Help, for what it's worth, EA in itself is very, very good at responding to people. Right? Inboxing, especially things like that. If you're a part of understanding how to get help when things are broken and not just blaming the internet when something's broken, I understand that people have servers and they have billions and millions of dollars, but yet there's still a bunch of jabronis out there, okay, that will purposely mess things up. I never forget, it was a couple years ago, about 10 years ago at this point. What was that group, that infamous group that said, we're going to stop all y'all on Christmas morning? And they said, we're going to shut down all the servers on Christmas and make you play Christmas games. And literally on Christmas morning, every PlayStation and Xbox servers were down.
That was a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember when you
remember
that.
Yeah, it was insane, right? So we don't know what's going on. My only problem is that the servers aren't working, so you can't really play. You can't really get a good online feel, which doesn't even matter if you play online anyway, because that's nothing but a bunch of Cheesevilles. You know, your guys are from Wisconsin. If you're not, shame on you. You should not be from there because it's just stinky cheese. Okay. No pack, no. Okay, just so you know, no pack, no. From Chicago by way of Philadelphia. Okay.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
No, it's two beautiful cities, beautiful food, beautiful women, beautiful music.
Yeah.
Terrible football team.
Not the Eagles.
No, look, no disrespect to the Eagles. I got nothing on the Eagles.
Not the Eagles, but the Bears, yeah, they pretty much they suck. But this man game, I'm gonna tell you where it's better at several reasons. Okay, as you said, this is trash. The main thing that was the biggest problem in the game from a sim player, and I get people say Madden and sim, they don't mix. Well, you can make them mix, okay? But I want to play a football game how it's meant to be. I don't want to be cheese. I don't want you running the same hurry up offense. You exploit something. I get that's the world we live in, because then you guys actually ever played sports in real life, okay? But if you played sports in real life, you want to kind of play them how they're meant to be played, okay? But we're going to talk about FIFA a little bit later, right, Curtis? And for what it's worth, FIFA, you have to know how to play it a certain way into the game of soccer to win. Or some jabroni like myself, when I come on there playing, I get my ass whipped against Europeans, I'm going to get smoked because I'm just trying to pass, and score. There's a science to it, okay? So when you're playing Madden, these quarterbacks like to run out. Quarterback contain is there now. It don't matter what XP you have, and you scramble. You don't care if you got Lamar Jackson. They're going to contain him. Not every time, because he's Lamar Jackson. But the average quarterback in this game will drop back 15 yards, roll out. It's not going to happen this year. That's the one improvement. The drift logic. Okay, if you know how to play zones right, you know how to count hats again. You know how to play football, because I believe what's that smart guy once upon a time said? Yeah, it's called chess, not checkers. Okay, so you know how to play the game of football. You can count hats and stop certain things. So it works. The zones work this year. The passing, for what it's worth, everybody want to play things that they come out. It's like playing 2K. Everybody plays 2K on the 2K view. The game's not meant to be played like that, because they make the game in broadcast mode, right? But no, right? The world says this is the mode you play. So no, this new passing mechanic, and I hate when they change things, man. It's like going back, I don't know if it was a Madden 05. Which one had Peyton Manning on the cover? And he had the cones, the passing cones. That's what this game, that part reminds me, just minus the cones. But this passing mechanic, this pass lead, you learn how to do this game in the game. You're making passes you're not going to typically make if you're playing classic. And I played enough time from the beta. I played about 75 games. I played about 75, over 100 games probably already now. Okay, and I'm talking about various modes, whether it's playing against friends, online randoms, playing stupid face. I actually like face of the franchise. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the program as well. But I'm a homer for things like that. Anything that distracts me from getting cheeseballed online, I will do. It's a good distraction. You know, if you get dusted, I'm not gonna say if anybody know about just imagination. I'm not the greatest Madden player, but I compete. Okay, but you're
right.
That's you're not gonna put up. You know, you're not gonna. I'm gonna compete. You know what I mean? I'm gonna play ball. I'm gonna play football. And I'm playing with the Philadelphia Eagles for heaven's sake. So golly, Jalen hurts his ass on this game. Okay,
they
so
need your help.
It's very difficult to play with him. But early on, I think the game it's fair. I think it's different. It's a good step in the right direction. It gives me hope for NCAA or football when they come out with college football in next year. Okay.
In theory, yeah.
In theory, right? But and then for those who say college football is always better than Madden.
That's me, by the way.
Well,
I am him.
I am him. Well.
Just bring it, bitch.
Because that makes no sense.
This is new to the press pass, by the way. Y'all appreciate this.
That freaked me out. I was like, what happened?
They're never going to allow college football to be better than Madden. It's just not going to happen.
I wonder how that, because like I regardless of which one I enjoyed more, because that's really what it came down to. I always liked the way the college football games felt more than the Madden football games felt. I wonder if that sticks. I wonder if they stick with that with this new this new college game. Like, I wonder if they actually try to commit to making it feel different gameplay wise, or if it's just going to be another Madden.
Let me answer Stephen Wayne's question right here from the LSC, and that's the thing here, Stephen. It's not everybody, and that's the problem that EA refuses to admit. So, if anybody's ever done a speed test in their home, right, and you use Okidia or something like that. And it gives you, you ever heard of download detector or downdetector.com? It shows you whose servers and everything are down. So like, for instance, when House of the Dragon debuted, HBO Max crashed everywhere. And almost 10 million people watched that damn thing. Okay, which was great. Good first episode, by the way. But this down detector detects that, right? And Madden had 76% of the people. I had friends that had no problem. Several friends. And while I was kind of pissed off myself, I'm like, it was telling you that you weren't connected. You could be in a game, out of game. It was kicking you off a face of franchise. It's kicking you out of things you don't even have to be online to play. The servers were kicking you completely off. So
that's what I was going to ask, because I know that's been an issue with modern games. Is like a lot of them have to be online. I have this issue with I played NBA 2K for a while, and I tried to make a bunch of teams, but I would take too long. The server would kick me off. I'd have to restart all my progress, even though I was playing single player. So like, that is super annoying.
Yeah.
And one of the things that get me though is that the community will have you. It's with everything, whether it's Marvel or DC, right? I'm born in 1975, guys. I grew up. It was Marvel and DC. It didn't matter. Superman's right here. Spider-Man's right there. Okay, in my house.
I believe you.
Okay,
you just pointed at a guy holding a bunch of title belts.
I did. Well, that's because my backdrop. My room ain't as clean as y'all's right now. So, but Android, Apple, doesn't matter. They're all there for whatever. But I think these fan bases today will say things that doesn't make any sense. I've never had a Madden server issue like I have when it comes to 2K sports. It's just something that doesn't happen. Sure. Or I haven't been one to experience. Let's say that you haven't, guys out there. You know what I mean? And comment below. Let us know what you think. All right. That doesn't mean that you haven't had those issues, but the server has been a problem for a lot of people. But they're saying, actually, I wish I would show a clip. I actually tweeted so follow us all. You see our handles right there, and follow Sports Gamers Online if you haven't followed us already. All right. We're gonna go out some beta code later, so get ready for that. All right. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know we said before the show, but best comment that I feel deems me to give you a code, I'm gonna give you a code. But you gotta like, follow, subscribe to all four of us, meaning us three and the show. All right, and there's our handles, so don't be lying to us right there. Boom. So, but it's the fact that the game, it has gotten better. It's moving in the right direction, but they got to fix these servers, and I think that's the biggest problem. But it's never a 2K issue where, like you're saying, you just be doing anything and it just kicks you off the server, Jake. It doesn't have that kind of problem. Curtis, I know you're the FIFA guy. Have you tested out Madden?
I haven't played it this year at all. I actually had a few questions for you when it comes to the gameplay, and probably I don't know if you read Mike's review or anything like that. I read into that a lot. So I have a few questions.
Okay.
How do you feel about field sense? How's that working for you? Because that's kind of like what the base gameplay is. It's in FIFA sense. That's the hyper motion of Madden.
agree with this gentleman right here. I don't even know him. Okay. So, because I do think it's the best Madden that they've come out with in a very long time. And a lot of the community is saying that, right? It's a lot of the I'm not sure guys. I'm a Madden guy. When I say that, I mean, I play Madden year round. I play 2K year round. That's what I play. I play years and years and years of franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like I played the game. And again, I'm not a top guy in the game. I'm not ever going to be, I'm gonna just say it. I don't want to play the way that they play to win. You know what I mean? I want to be able to play and mix up things. So I'm never going to compete with the top of the guys who are going to run 3 plays all games. Never understand. No problem. Nothing against your problem. Nothing against you, bro. At all. But I watched you for 2 years do a full back dive, hurry up offense, and win championships.
He's not coaching someone to the Super Bowl. He's playing a video game. You know what I mean?
If I was sitting next to that guy, I've never been them guys that mess up somebody's TV and throw controllers, but I just quit. I'm one of the guys that if you treat me bad enough, I'm going to send you a message. You got dog.
He's not coaching against Bill Belichick. Like, you know what I mean?
So this Madden is definitely a step in the right direction. That's what
I think so.
Do you notice changes? Do you notice the changes in animations that field sense is supposed to bring? Like, does it feel like a different, like,
experience, I guess?
Yeah. Does it feel different than Madden 22 did?
I'm going to speak to his answer, to his question first and then answer that as well. First class gamer. And I'm on console.
Okay. Right. I mean, yeah. I assume you're playing new gen.
No. Yeah, I'm playing next gen. I'm playing. I'm on Xbox Series X. I have the Xbox One version. Haven't played it. I got disappointed when I realized that the field sense wasn't on both. Actually, that's a lie. I thought it was, damn, that's messed up. They don't got it. But hey, about time I got a next gen. Make me feel like it. As an Xbox guy, I will openly say this, that I thought they dropped the ball on this gen.
Okay.
I just think they did it. I just think that what PlayStation has in making them feel like it's a new system, it's cool compared to my Xbox. Doesn't feel new to me. It just feels like it's just a faster Xbox. But the feel.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying the hardware. Okay.
The hardware and things. But the feel, not the hardware, just with the bells and whistles. The hardware is going to be what it is. Everybody's going to give you. It's the bells and whistles to me that makes a game stand out. Like, it's something you can do no more, right? I remember going to E3, or yes, it was called E3, and I met the Natural there. As a matter of fact, and when I met him and when they debuted the Xbox One, and I remember how the community said, "Oh, we want a gaming system. What is this? It's a whole entertainment system now. Every single thing's an entertainment system. Xbox was before its time, and then what did Xbox let their fans do? They let the other people say okay, and they changed everything, and now everybody has what Xbox used to have." And having a total, you have a PlayStation 5, you have everything. It's a smart device, right? It does everything. But at first, I just want to play my games. I don't want all that. Now you do have all that. Connect was before its time. But getting in the feel sense and moments, it feels like it's there, right? Okay. And I put that in the beta. There's times, again, you're still going to feel like you're playing Madden. That's never going to kind of change in a sense. But there's things you go, okay, that's different. I can see that. I feel like I'm actually playing more football now. There still is some wonky things in it. That's just going to be Madden. Or like if you see the ball and your guy's running with his back turned, he can still press the button and get the ball. Right. You know what I mean? And sometimes they won't at least show me the animation of them turning to get the ball. You know what I'm saying? You'll think you got a catch and somebody just take the ball out of your hand. Like that's a little bit there, but you can see the animation, at least for the defensive side, of them trying to force it. And I think the game is pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I think it's good on every other level. What other coach you got from me, Curtis? Because that was an easy one. Phil sense.
I just want to say, several people in chat have complained that PC keeps getting old gen and not new gen. It's really
which is ridiculous. It's
really dumb. It's a really dumb decision that they keep making every year.
Yeah.
Clearly, they don't want to hire the people that it takes to port this game correctly to the computer, and that's a decision that EA keeps making. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's really dumb. But
most a lot of like high end computers are like at least twice as more powerful than a PlayStation 5. So how is that an issue right now? Electronic Arts doesn't want to spend the money. That's what you're saying. So
So
well, for me as a console gamer, I go.
Right. No,
we got it. Yeah.
But
play everything. So
little tip there, Tank McBride. The blocking isn't bad. It is you guys think now. I know they said they're not going to have this game's going to be the best polished game from the beginning, and that's wrong. But it you know what I mean, and they're trying to say that, and I think the Madden Championship Series it's caused this issue with the servers. Them trying to do too much the way 2K tried to do too much in the beginning of the game. But I think when the first update comes out before the season starts, I think that's going to get tweaked. And just a little tip right now, if they're rushing in on you, just send somebody to backfield every time. Wherever they blitzing, send your running back in that same blitzing direction. He's going to be wide open. They're a little tip for you.
One of the things Mike Straw says in his review is very similar. Is like pass rushing feels really strong right now, and like maybe they'll fix it. Maybe they won't.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't. I watch football every Sunday again. All right. And blitz is real.
Well, hey, look, you don't have to brag about it.
People don't have that much time to throw the football, right? And again, I like what the guy said there, and they said, are you playing football? Or are you watching you know what I mean? It's like my government say, are you in the world? Are you part of the world? Very trick question.
Well, I think it's a hard needle to thread, right?
Yeah.
Like, because you don't want to make a game just for people who know how football works, right? You want to make a game for anybody.
I smell a hate.
It's not that. I'm just saying.
NY. I'm talking about NY land. First of all, you from New York.
I see.
All right. So unless you're from Brooklyn or somewhere I respect it, I'm joking. New York. No. I love New York. Half my family's from New York too. I just pick it on you, my guy.
Mike Straw should have been on this podcast because some of the things you are saying, it's almost contradicting what he was saying in the review. He's not saying it was a bad Madden game. It's like they did enough, but some of that stuff might wear off. Yeah. I mean, it's about 14 minutes long. No,
that one, the one he came out with today. No, you're right.
I was going to say, we're not going to play his review.
That's a whole review. I mean,
no disrespect. We're not going to play
his
review.
And I like that too. I do think the presentation needs to get better. I think they did, my bad. I think they did everything better in the game and forgot about presentation. I do think that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of sad.
I mean,
they should have done presentation a little bit better than
do you feel like that's a step in the right direction, though?
And I agree with that. Leave pass rush alone. What part?
Do you feel like that's it? Like, you said, like, do you feel like it's a step forward in a lot of things? Maybe they didn't polish the presentation as much, but like that seems like that's the direction they need to go in at this point, right?
Well, I don't think the presentation. See, the thing is, why we have presentation in the first place, right? I want to see it, especially if I'm playing my friend. I expect to see everything I see if I'm playing the computer.
Sure,
they don't do that. They still give you because years ago, right? People complained about, I want to have faster online games. I want to get more games in the faster I get games in. So what they did is they took out things out of the game when you're playing online, right? But in the sense of presentation being bland, it's still kind of been the same. It's been for the few years, but I'm okay with that as they're moving into that right direction, Jack, because franchise is getting better, right? I wonder why the helmets didn't come out, right? We saw Eric Mayweather Wright have on his page the other day that they will be there opening day. When that first update came out, that's why I laughed at the comment that said first update, LOL. Well, New York hater. Well, they do things like that. That's what what gamers do. Every game that comes out, especially a sports game, has an update
a live game
before the thing. Right. So, I mean, at some point, it's like when it comes to all my networks, and please follow me at Mike Knoxxx, especially when it comes to my wrestling shows, I say it's the show for the intelligent wrestling fan. So now I'm going to take this further. This is the show for the intelligent sports gamer fan. Know what you're playing. It's like going to go see The Notebook and going, how come nobody getting murdered? You're watching the freaking Notebook. What do you mean? Nobody's going to get shot here.
I wouldn't go watch The Notebook. Honestly.
Well, first of all, it's the greatest love story of all time, Curtis. Okay. All right.
I got to rein this in. All right. Do you want to talk about Face of the Franchise and franchise mode a little bit before we move on?
Well, franchise mode, to be fair, we'll talk about that in weeks to come. I am one of the guys who have not dived into franchise mode as much and on purpose because I don't dive into franchise mode until the update comes out of the rosters. I know a lot of people have started their franchises already. I'm one of the guys to go, why do that? Like, for instance, if I started it now, JJ Arcega-Whiteside, which is the backup tight end for the Eagles, would still be on the team when he's not anymore because he's already been traded to Arizona or wherever the hell they traded him. So I forget.
That's
right?
Fair.
So I think it was Arizona. So I wait for those things to happen so I don't play it. So we're going to talk about that in weeks to come. But as far as face of the franchise, I actually do like this in a sense of they could have just still gave me more. This is where 2K shines. And EA's trying to do that with face of the franchise, and it's just still lacking. Right. It's better. Right. But this one feels more like I'm playing the NCAA one when you had the college. I think it was I'm not good with the numbers, guys. I think it was like 14, where he had the college room and the dorms and all that kind of stuff when you're playing college football. And
it was hold on, because I wrote about this.
I think that's the one it reminds me of.
I think it was 14 because it's the one where one of the mechanics is the better you do, the hotter you're going.
Yes. Right. Even then, right, going back to that game, after it was the first Xbox, I missed the black and white button in the sense of when college football had if you hit that button, the crowd got hyped. I think Madden didn't have that.
Yeah.
Still, when I heard Phil Sense, I wanted to see when I go to freaking Seattle, not what it does when everybody's like, it's dumb, for instance, right? The Eagles, if I'm losing at home and Philadelphia 14-0, my receiver's gonna be able to hear me. I don't care what the team did to me. To take it where my team can't hear me make an audible is dumb because that's not real in Philadelphia. If they're losing it, they're quiet and they're booing and cussing out their own team. Okay? They're definitely not quiet. So Phil, since from that I miss, and I think college football delivered in that. So I missed those early, but it's like that college football from 14 to me is that face of the French. But I like it. I like the shoes that they show in there. I like the animation. I think being slept on, especially when you load the game, you play the Legends game with the Madden Legends, that presentation is worth it by itself. And if you pay for Xbox Live and you have Xbox Live Plus or Unlimited, whatever the hell it's called, you get EA access, you get 10 hours of Madden for free. Yeah. So if you didn't know that, you can go play Madden for free if you have EA access.
Give it a shot.
So, and get your 10 hours of the game in.
I think Game Pass is the same
Game
way.
Pass.
I think Game Pass also. I think Live Gold and Game Pass both.
Game Pass. So I have it because I have children who play all the games I don't play. Like all the things y'all were talking about, all that stuff. That's stuff my kids play. All I play is sports games.
My bad.
I'm clearly
my bad.
Only because, tell you the truth, I just get sick from them. I can't. I try to play Star Wars. The lights get me all dizzy and stuff. And I'm always go, sit your ass down somewhere. You know you won't be playing that game. I'm old, people. I'm old. I'm stuck in my ways.
This guy's made out of Legos. This doesn't make any sense to me. That's interesting what you say about the quieted in crowd and stuff, because I feel like in 22 they tried to do that. Does that not carry over to 23?
No, it does the same
they
thing. They
tried to bring that stuff. I feel like they did a big folk.
It's good. But it's the same exact thing.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And I didn't think that it works in certain spots. Like I said, certain teams, whatever it's called, doesn't work. Like I said,
it's too top level. It's not like they don't do enough to like make it specific to make it feel unique to every team.
It does in certain teams, but not all. And like I said, if you're a home team and the away team's whooping that ass, one of the features you're not gonna be able to not hear your offensive line. Like every football team stadium, honestly, unless you're in like Pittsburgh or like those really, really good fan bases, right? So I use the Steelers for an example, right? That's a really good, crazy fan base. The Packers, much as I hate no pack, their fan bases, they're losing. They're still not going to be sitting there being quiet and being angry. You know what I'm saying? So Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to go through all his progressions. They're going to be able to hear him. They're going to be able to do so things like that. They got to improve on. But again, to me, that's things they can work on later. Just keep going with it. EA's doing a very good job. Just fix the damn servers. And I think everything else is people know how to. It's a different way of playing the game, although it's the same game. That's really my last reaction to that. It's the same game in a different way, and it just feels better.
Well, you know what? Apparently, 21 to 22, it felt worse. So they're doing they're doing something right. You got to give them credit for that. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. Okay. Do you want to play our EA Championship Series?
Yes.
Clip?
So take a break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna give a beta away, right? Derek Curtis, what beta we gonna give away today, Curtis?
We're actually giving a code away, a code away. We're going to give away
entire code. We're giving away every one of the 12 letters to you.
Yes.
A lucky receiver of the code.
But not if I ain't got a new follower. Y'all got a new follower? I don't see any new followers. I ain't giving out Nathan. One. Actually, I do got a new one. I got one here. I got one. All right, it's a female. I like it. All right, females.
Hey, bud.
What
hey, bud.
in the world is he talking?
Take it down. All right. We're going to take a quick.
You got to like, follow, and subscribe.
We're going to take a quick break. In the meantime, you're going to watch a brief video on EA and NFL renewing a deal for the Madden NFL Championship Series. So we will be right back.
Welcome back. It's the Natural at SportsGamersOnline.com. As we know, esports has been big business, and EA Sports is looking to capitalize on that and the popularity of esports by renewing a multi-million-dollar deal with the NFL for the Madden Championship Series. Esports is huge. It's one of the most popular sports on the planet now, when they got games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, FIFA, and we know Madden is trying to be growing that out over the last several years. It's going to grow in popularity. So the agreement between the two companies comes off the heels of another successful season for Madden Esports, with the MCS 22 achieving 4 times the broadcast increase of its average viewing audiences from last year. The recent renewal will ensure that the NFL and the MCS, the Madden Championship Series, will deepen the fandom for esports and bringing Madden and football games together ahead of the Madden 23's release, which is just next week. Brent Koenig, the vice president of EA Sports, said Madden NFL continues to deepen the love of the game with fans, players, and viewers, is teaching viewers how to improve at the game while deepening engagement with Madden's most loyal fan base. Since MCS started 5 years ago, it has helped showcase the game by elevating the greatest players in the world while giving every single NFL player the chance to go from couch to champion. We can't wait to see how MCS 23 season unfolds. And that is the interesting choice of words that he has there, because I feel like, if anything, you guys have watched MCS, I feel like it kind of highlights the flaws in the game more than anything, which in the long run might improve the game, which when something kind of exposed, where we had the past years of guys just running fullback dive all game, or they got non-quarterback subbed in at quarterback, or any type of wild, or just throwing Hail Mary jump balls down the field with spectacular catches all game. I mean, like, every year has been some kind of weird, I don't want to say glitch, but kind of exploit, or things people take advantage of, which nothing against the players. If I'm playing for $50,000 or 100, whatever the number is, I'm gonna do whatever I can to win either. Like, when the money's on the table, you throw all sorts of semblance of real football out the window. But so it's funny, he says it's showcasing, the game, and I'm like, I think it's been a terrible showcase of the game. Now, it might be some exciting to some people, some exciting football to watch, but I think you watch MCS, it's nothing close to what you see on Sundays, like, ever. I don't think any MCS competition I've ever seen, I can say, you know what, that played out just like a real NFL game. Now, I've seen a lot of sim games like that. I've seen a lot of sim style franchise head-to-heads where both teams went back and forth like it was like on Sunday, with punts and realistic football. No one's going for it on 4th and 30 or 4th and 20-yard line, or not calling the same exact offensive plays over and over and over again, not calling the same blitz over and over and over again. Like, so you don't see any of that on Sunday, any of that on Sunday. So, if you the true representation, even though you don't see it up there in the bright lights on ESPN, anything like that, the true representation of Madden football is from sim players or sim leagues. If I'm wrong, let me know, because I'm definitely biased because that's what I'm playing. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you saying no, the MCS and competitive players are the true representation of NFL football, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below there. The Madden Championship Series will kick off later this month, along with Madden 23 being released on August 23rd. Officially, you can play a little bit earlier if you reserve the game. So let me know you guys' thoughts on this. You know how I feel about it. I'm franchise sim for life. So if there's any competitive guys or mutt guys who feel differently, let me know. Of course, make sure you stay locked in SGO. I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Hey, I saw Mike Knoxxx there at the end.
Was it spelled right?
I saw more than one X.
Okay,
it was very brief.
Spelled right. Good. It's spelled with directions because I'm hardcore, by the way.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
you got that belt?
I got.
I don't know if they ever sold that one.
Every belt you see right there.
Yeah, I see him. A real smorgasbord back there.
That's right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous.
That was in WWE magazine.
Honest. Hell yeah. Okay, so
what's up, man?
Yeah, let's talk about that video a little bit. Basically, EA and NFL have renewed their deal for the NFL Championship Series, which is Madden's big competitive circuit. And that video is really funny because I feel like Natural basically said a bunch of stuff that you and I were saying, Mike. Like once you put $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 on the table, nobody's going to play football anymore. They're going to play Madden.
Can't be mad at him for that.
And he also says another really interesting thing that is essentially something you said, which is like, he feels like personally, Natural feels like the championship series is like maybe not the best way to showcase Madden, just because, like you said earlier, like you're going to get people doing fullback dives all the time. You're going to get people running the same 3 plays that work against defenses over and over again. And like, I wonder how you feel about like I feel like I kind of have an idea, but I wonder how you feel overall about the championship series, just as like conceptually.
The same way I feel about the NBA 2K league.
The 2K league?
Yeah, I think it's ass.
I feel like the 2K league is at least interesting because you're playing with 10 people.
I saw the 3-on-3 this past weekend. It was a little bit more entertaining, but the problem with them all is that even a little kid that was in the crowd during the 3-on-3 was talking about all they do is shoot threes. Guy was wide open.
Well, that's also bad.
No, again, that's the problem.
I feel like that is a good representation of the NBA right now.
It all happened because of Moneyball. No, NBA takes an open shot. Open shot. I don't care if it's far back, 3-point under the basket. They don't give up easy baskets in the NBA. They don't go from a dunk or a wide open layup to shoot a 3.
Yeah, they don't do that's that. Fair. I'll give you that.
They now spread out to shoot 3s. But if someone's cutting, they drop it. They throw the oop. They play ball. And Madden and 2K are going to share the same fate. And people are doing it because they're making millions, or not millions. They're making thousands off of it. You know what I mean? They're giving away millions off of this. So I can't knock the hustle. You know what I mean? But hey, get your shine on. I just don't be trying to come beat up on me on some cheese play. That's all.
Yeah, look, you're safe online mostly. Sometimes. I'm trying to see in this article how long this deal is. So apologies that I'm a little unprepared for this.
And I with that, I wish people got penalized the same way, but they would just lie to us the way the 2K say every time you keep reaching for the ball, right? For steals, you're gonna get tired. Apparently, it's supposed to be in this year's 2K that's coming out in a few weeks.
Oh, the new
got Michael Jordan
stamina system.
Who came by? Yeah,
Michael Jordan on the cover. Hey, we'll talk about Michael Jordan again later, which is kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we got an extension.
Not yet.
It looks like it's just 1 year extension. It says multi-year though. Well, how many freaking years is it then? Article. Stop saying the press releases say too many words. If you don't read press releases, you are living a great life. They say a lot of stuff that's not important to anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to already read through it and shift. It's like flour.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you got to know how to cook it up. You got to cook up that's why you become a citizen reporter as you read the press release, right? You gotta.
Yeah, basically. I mean, that between not relevant, but yeah. So it's a multi-year. This doesn't actually say how many years it is. It's a multi-year expansion. You got to assume that it maybe goes to 2026, if only because EA and NFL already have extended their agreement. So back in 2020, I saw a lot of people complaining about when they made this announcement, being like, "Oh, NFL and Madden extended the Madden series. It's going to be locked down for the Madden series forever now." But like, one, that's not what the agreement is, and two, like, they're already locked down until 2026 anyway. That's 4 years is so long. 4 years is so far away from right now.
Get your ass back here, Kevin Durant. You ain't going nowhere. he didn't just change his mind. His ass wasn't going nowhere.
This announcement really only proves that one, they really are enjoying how the Madden Championship Series is building, the NFL, I mean. Two, I'm guessing that the Pro Bowl stuff that they tied into Madden, the MCS stuff last year, must have done really well for them because they're talking about how much it's improved their viewership of stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's like the big thing coming out of this, right? Is like the NFL clearly happy with EA, happy enough in 2020 to lock down for 6 more years.
Yeah.
Happy enough with EA to keep featuring Madden competition alongside NFL stuff, which I think is what will end up being the crux of this announcement, is that like, oh, the Madden Championship League is going to keep getting more NFL pushed coverage. And for better or for worse, right? Like, is this what the natural wants people to see about the Madden series? Like, do they want people to do fullback dive for 4 quarters? Like, maybe, I don't know. I bet a lot of people think it's interesting, but not very fun to watch. But like, that's where we're at. So
it's a lot of money in it.
There's a lot of money in it.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Ultimate Madden NFL 23 Bowl prize pool is $1 million.
I'm about to get really good at Madden here in a minute.
Yeah, all right, man. I'll tell you what.
I tried to pick a perfect game in 2K baseball. It didn't work.
Damn. Wait till they come out with 2K bowling, then it's my time.
Oh man, 2K chest.
2K chess. Yeah,
Xbox used to have the greatest games. I just sat there and played spades at night.
That was what it was called, Spades at Night.
No, it just felt like that's the only time we played it was at night.
Right. No, you don't. Nobody plays trick taking games while the sun's out.
Yeah, like you got bored, you go put some Uno on. That's when you had the vision cam, and you can sit there and see some nasty stuff at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning playing like spades or
good.
They had Uno had that too. Uno had where you could use the Kinect as a webcam and like oh boy.
Xbox After Dark was
I remember that actually. Yeah. That's great.
And no offense, real fast. What do you mean? How do you follow? At the YouTube, at the Twitter, at our
subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitter
that are right there where it says at the with an E.
Follow on Twitch if people are watching Twitch.
Bid Whisk, all that stuff. That I like that comment, and I like that Mach 6. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like that Mach 6. Curtis, can you give that man the code?
Give that man the code.
You see his gamer picture?
All right.
Sam, I hope you got an Xbox. I have a Mach 6 right behind me.
Yeah, we need to reach out to Sam.
I've saved this. I've taken a screenshot of this man's name.
He said it's a Mach 5.
I get it. It's the same damn car. You know what I'm trying to say.
We will reach out after the stream.
Yeah, we'll reach out to you, man. Hopefully you got an Xbox because you're about to be close to golf.
Man,
let us transition from American football to European football. Not very briefly. I suspect this will not be particularly brief at all.
I'll try to make it as short as I can without popping a blood vessel.
What would you rather talk about eFootball first or FIFA first?
We can do eFootball because you reviewed the 2021 one, and also I think you raised a good question in our notes. So
all right, so this week, I think it was yesterday, I want to say.
Okay.
This week, in the last couple of days, Konami announced eFootball 2023. So this series used to be Pro Evolution Soccer, PES. Much cooler name.
Yeah, way cooler name.
Last year, they announced that they were going to they were going to rebrand the game from PES to eFootball. And they were going to go fully free to play live service soccer game. Now, I'm going to eat my words here a little bit because when we were talking on this very podcast, probably about a year ago today, I had a lot of hope because I thought maybe because I like PES. You talked about, I reviewed PES. What was the full name? It was
the seasonal update.
Season update.
Yeah.
Pro Evolution Soccer 2021 season update or whatever it was called.
And you liked
full game release. Yeah. I did like it. I like playing the PES games. I had hope that maybe Konami could pull off shifting the game to free to play. Maybe if that succeeds, if that gameplay is good, if the hook is good, that puts pressure on FIFA, that puts pressure on other tentpole sports games that now maybe we need to look into different ways of monetization. Maybe we need to look into going free to play modes as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true. And we were sitting here like, you know what? If they can pull it off, maybe FIFA's next, maybe Madden's next, maybe 2K's next. But as you could tell, it was a complete dumpster fire.
So they announced eFootball 2023. This is a big new. Well, maybe I shouldn't sugarcoat it at all. It's not much at all. It is the beginning of eFootball 2023 season 1. So it'll be the first season of a new year of live service. It's coming with what what Curtis generously described as minor updates, which are
Very
mostly to the game's ultimate team mode, right?
Yeah,
the dream team.
The dream team, yeah.
And it doesn't even drop with the story mode, which they've already pushed off a whole year and is supposed to come out sometime this year, maybe.
Yeah. And I'm not even. I think that's not what I'm really upset about. I think I'm really upset about because we known that was going to be out a little further along, like a couple months ago. But it's the gameplay. The gameplay is crap in eFootball, and you choose to just completely jump over that. Let's put in highlight players and epic players. Some of these amazing players like Iniesta and some of these highlight players like Bruno Fernandes and things like that without changing the actual gameplay. And it's like, you're just completely ignoring what the fan base really wants. And what you said, I don't remember exactly what you said in your review, but PES did have better gameplay than FIFA. It did. Whether you don't think so, it really did. And to not keep going and drop a free-to-play game and not kind of transition just the gameplay. It didn't even need to be the game modes. Just the gameplay. It's just a slap in the face, and you're directing the game towards people that you're directing it towards the wrong audience because all you have is this dream team mode that you need to get coins for it. It's pay to win, stuff like that. You're adding in all these little players in here and this and that. And the gameplay is just still not good. Like when I played my dream team, I played two games and I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I can't keep doing it with this team.
Like obviously your ultimate team mode is your moneymaker, right? Like every sports game includes some mode like this. Out of the park baseball, a complete there's no gameplay in out of the park baseball. It's a complete management sim, has an ultimate team mode. You make money this way, right?
Yeah.
But if you are going to walk your gameplay back from your last big release and then try to keep pressing into this money-making mode without making the game enjoyable to play, that seems insulting, doesn't it?
Yeah. There's no integrity in the game design. Yeah.
No
integrity in the game design at all. And it's just, it's and you know what? I know Mike Knoxxx likes Madden and all that stuff, but these games, these big time sports games, I don't know why they come out all the time and they're always mediocre. I don't understand. I mean, we're going to talk about the FIFA beta here in a minute, but it's starting to get to the point now. It's like, I don't know what. Curse to Golf is my favorite sports game this year. that's
Rumbleverse is my favorite sports game this year.
There you go. And they're not even the big ones. It's like, oh my goodness. That's why it's a racing game that wins like sports game of the year all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because these games aren't doing enough.
And let's focus down on that a little bit because because doing this minor shift in like a minor new season for eFootball is what live service games do, right?
Yeah.
Like this is a very live service game decision, right? Like this is how live service games work. This is how a Fortnite works. This is how Fortnite's a bad example because Fortnite has made some pretty big changes to their game actually. But like this is the process. But that's not exactly
they win.
They added Dragon Ball Z in there.
They added Goku and Vegeta and Bulma and Bulma.
Yeah.
And they added
Superman.
They added Patrick Mahomes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's getting just crazy.
It's a crazy game. But that's not really that's kind of what we're used to with these iterative games already. But but you have a higher expectation with a FIFA 23, with a Madden 23, that it is making much bigger sweeping changes. Which makes me wonder, like, what should we those two concepts kind of clash with what eFootball's doing now, right? Like we're expecting some sort of big overhaul year over year with the eFootball franchise, right? But it seems like even in this first year, they have not really made or committed to any kind of big changes in the same way that a lot of successful live game service games are doing.
And that's why you're saying it's insulting, because you would expect that from Konami. That'd be like, okay, I know it's been crap for a year, but we got all this coming, or at least a map. Like that's what they like doing. Kind of these maps, right? These road maps of like, we're gonna add in this, then we're gonna add in that. But I already knew, I'm at the point, Jake, I'm gonna get mad either way. I'm gonna get mad because they're gonna bring out the little become a legend mode or like the career mode, and it's gonna be we're gonna have like 10 leagues, but you're gonna have to pay for added additional leagues. You have to pay for additional teams. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be playing against Manchester Red or Manchester Blue and stuff like that. And I don't know. eFootball is just not my cup of tea at the moment. It's not the greatest game I like talking about.
So Michael brings up a good point, which is the lack of licensing being an issue for PES, which has always been when it was still PES, like that was really the interesting fight between FIFA and PES. Right? Who was getting the licenses to what? Mm-hmm. And that's another weird thing with eFootball is like eFootball lost a bunch of licensing. Mm-hmm. And so this big update does bring 3 new teams, the 2 Milan teams and
Club America.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that is something that they are still thinking about, but that's another step where they're like, in order to do this free to play thing, they dropped so much of PES that it's so bizarre how slowly they are willing to add back to the game.
Yeah, they're just kind of juggling the licenses back and forth. That's what they're doing. It's like it's like the Juventus. It's like it was over here at PES for a while. It went back to FIFA. Yes. It's just going back and forth. It was cool that you can kind of go online and find all the licenses and all the kits and stuff like that. Because FM22 has the same issue too, but FM22 is superior to both of these games. I mean, it's like a management game you were just talking about.
You heard it here.
Yeah, it is. It is great.
What was a tennis game came out this year I was waiting for? It dropped.
What? Match Point?
Match Point.
Yeah.
Match Point's good. I like Match Point.
It's too damn hard.
You don't like Match? Oh, word?
It's too damn hard. Like I miss Top Spin so much. I want everything to be Top Spin. And it's just too hard. Like I'm playing the computer and I'm like not dumb, like my dude's like horrible. It's like a 64. They start you at. And you're just running and running. And it's like, damn, like even on easy, you're running. And you're running. I'm just like, all right, I gave up. Like I was so excited for that game, and it just
we should talk about this next week because I think Match Point does a lot of things well that a lot of other tennis games I haven't liked.
Talk about that because I'm a top spin guy.
We'll bring that for next week.
Sports. Play it on Nintendo Switch Sports.
Play Nintendo Switch Sports.
On easy.
Curtis, walk us through your time with the FIFA beta.
Okay, the FIFA beta. I got it for PlayStation 4, then I got my PlayStation 5, and I'm still somehow playing the PlayStation 4 version on PlayStation 5. I don't understand how that's working, but it's working.
I think it upscales.
Yeah, it does. It looks a little bit better. You don't get the hyper motion stuff like that, so I'm gonna have to play that when I do my review here on Sports Gamers Online. This is the end of the era for FIFA. They're gonna go into EA Sports FC. What I like about it is I do like the little cutscenes they added, and they are focusing on one of my most beloved modes. I remember being a teenager and playing like My Player for hours and hours and hours and hours. I love it. I love the showing a little bit more, passion for that mode, and they're doing things they should have done a long time ago for it. But there's a big but, Kim Kardashian, but everything else is suffering around it. Like career mode still not getting enough, pro clubs still not getting enough. And I can tell just by this beta that this FIFA game is going to be pretty mediocre. It's not going to be the worst, and it's not going to be as good as probably FIFA 22. I really like FIFA 22 because they added in all that all the customization to the stadiums, to the actual pitch and everything that they added with even Ultimate Team, Volta. And one thing I got to say is people like Mike Straw that were really into Volta, now they're starting to seep Volta into pro clubs. So pro clubs is becoming this Fortnite kind of thing. And it's like, it was kind of your fault, Mike. It was kind of your fault. It was your fault.
It's a good thing he's not here,
Curtis, you know how he looks like. Curtis, I kind of like Volta. And I'm like, but Mike, it's nobody plays it. So now they have sleeves in pro clubs, and it doesn't look as like it's a real football match, soccer match for you, Mike Knoxxx. It's supposed to look like an actual match, but now you have people with sleeves and all this stuff going on, all these colorful things going on in their face and mask, and it's like, I'm playing against Zorro.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So
yeah, football's not fun.
Yeah.
So anything that makes football look fun is a betrayal of the sport.
Absolutely betrayal. During that Manchester United Liverpool match, my heart was pumping. That's football. All right.
I thought it was pronounced.
It's aggravating. All right.
So you were asking about field sense. Do you feel big changes to hypermotion so far in the beta for 23? Or
well, like I said, I'm playing the PlayStation 4 version, so I can't.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I can't talk much about it. Hypermotion last year, because I played it over the last couple of months on my Xbox. Hypermotion does add some things that are a little bit more realistic, and hopefully they just add on to it, make it better, and that's what they're doing. So we're just gonna, on the gameplay side, we'll see what they do. But when it comes to the modes, minor upgrades, and that's where it is. I know I don't want to go too deep into it because I'll get into it more on the review. Yeah,
fair enough. Okay. Before we transition into one more quick news thing, just because I want to bring it up and because somebody said 2K golf earlier.
Awesome.
We are going to take a brief amount of chat questions at the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I've screenshot a couple of them just in case we lose them in the scroll. But do you have any questions about anything we've talked about on the show or anything unrelated that are not about the lacrosse game? Because I'm sorry, the lacrosse game guy, we still don't know. And I miss you. I hope you're around. Let us
Did you
know.
get this guy right here? He's Michael, I think it's God. He said FIFA going to FIFA FC.
Right.
I'm confused. It's EA Sports FC. If you
Yeah.
don't
They
know,
just-
I
they
can
lost-
do
go
it.
ahead.
Yeah, I could do it at the end of the show. I can answer that at the end of the show. It would be brief, real brief.
Well, I mean,
Brief.
we're in FIFA now. If you just want to do it.
Okay,
quick.
yeah, for sure. So FIFA, EA, and the football governing body, the soccer governing body for you, Mike. They're separate entities. One's the company that does all the rules and all the competitions, and EA makes the game FIFA. Now they ended up splitting after 30 years because EA was like, hey, we don't want to pay that much money, and FIFA was like, you're gonna do it. And then they were like, no, we're just gonna go do our own thing because we have another license with the leagues and things like that. So they ended up splitting. So it is no longer called FIFA after FIFA 23. No longer called that anymore. The only license that EA had from FIFA was the FIFA, literally the letters, and the FIFA World Cup. So this is the last time you'll see the FIFA World Cup in a FIFA game. So EA Sports FC is its own thing. They're going forward with that, and let's see how EA handles that.
Let's see if that branding's confusing in any way. The licensing they have worked out with the clubs is all individual, right? It's not through FIFA at all.
It's with FIFA
and with the Players Association for the likenesses. So
exactly.
It'll be a change in name only, really.
Exactly. And I think I don't know if that's like that with Madden, or is it all branded together?
I think they have a separate deal with NFL and a separate deal with the NFLPA, but I think that they often all do those. Nobody likes to talk about those deals. I found out since working here, but I think that they those three organizations all sit at the same table for
that's
those
what I think too. Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
It's different. You don't have to. It's different with the NFL because every NFL team's has an owner, but they are all under the same. You don't have to individually reach out to all of the different team owners and get their likenesses that way. It's all tied into the.
It's all under the same umbrella kind of thing.
Yeah. Either of you fellas golf gamers? We got some golf gamers on this podcast.
PG, I said
first to golf.
This is how I'm going. Yeah.
First to golf.
I play all sports games. And speaking about sports games, have you saw this video?
Welcome back. It's the Natural SportsGamersOnline.com. Ahead of its August 22nd reveal, PGA Tour 2K23 features and cover athlete has been leaked in a store posting on Amazon. PGA Tour 2K23 will feature none other than Tiger Woods, y'all. Tiger Woods himself on the cover. In addition to the cover, the first set of features were revealed, including the ability to play as both male and female PGA Tour pros like Woods. The game will also feature Topgolf integration both in online and local multiplayer, returning the game to its popular course designer, as well as the game's online societies that allow custom leagues, seasons, and tournaments. Here are all the details from the Amazon listing. Take your skills in the PGA Tour and become the next FedEx Cup champion. You compete against tour pros and establish new rivalries. For the first time, players male and female pros, including Tiger Woods, and online and local play. Also features licensed courses such as East Lake Golf Club, TPC Sawgrass, TPC Scottsdale, and more. Create your own dream course with Course Designer, which features thousands of customizable objects and cross-platform sharing. Introducing Top Golf, with competitive 1 to 4 player local and online play, bridging the range, excitement, and fun to both casual and seasoned players. Run your own online societies to manage tournaments and seasons to test your skills against friends in Divot, Derby, and casual mode. So PGA Tour will have a deluxe edition for $99.99. That gives players 3 days early access, a Michael Jordan bonus pack, deluxe bonus pack, 3-day early access, golden club pack, and dual gen entitlement. So you'll be able to use it from old gen to current gen. PGA Tour 2K23 launches October 14th for the Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Deluxe edition owners, like I said, get the game on October 11th. So let me know your thoughts on that on the comment section below. Are you planning to pick up the game? Are you excited by Tiger Woods in 2K23? Does the cover athlete make any difference where you're going to pick the game or not? Or let me know your thoughts on these features and improvements they're going to have in the game this year in the comment section below. I'll get you guys in the next video.
Huge month for Michael Jordan in sports games. 2K23 got its official announcement. We knew a lot of information about it a couple weeks early because some of those new features leaked. But PGA 2K22, great game. I still go back to that game sometime. My PS4 is for two things. It's the Persona 5 Royal machine. Nice. And I still use it to play PGA Tour 2K22. Like, really like that intro to that version of the game. This PGA, it's bringing back the golf club course creation stuff that they integrated last year. They are including pro likenesses in the game, I believe, for the first time. At least recently. That stuff's come back now. There'll be male and female professional golfers you'll be able to play as in the game. That doesn't do anything for me personally, but like, I know a lot of people like likenesses. I know a lot of people buy games because they can play as their favorite club or their favorite athlete. I love creative character. They got Tiger Woods on the cover. They did not name the game Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2K23.
That's the problem. If you name it Tiger Woods, then people will buy it just because it says Tiger Woods, y'all.
Maybe EA can swipe in and be like Tiger Woods, EA Sports, PGA Tour.
And if you buy, I believe, if
you're
you
welcome,
pre-order,
Michael.
If you pre-order one of the special editions of PGA Tour 2K23, you will get the golf legend Bulls star Michael Jordan. So, if that's the kind of thing you want.
I did not read that one.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a huge, huge month for Michael Jordan in gaming. Gets his own 2K version. He's in PGA Tour. 2K just really wants to use all these 2K athletes they got. He's
a goat, man.
The reveal trailer. The reveal trailer set to Return of the Mac, which is very funny.
It's a Mount Rushmore goat.
Featured Tiger Woods, of course. Featured several other celebrities, including Michael Jordan and WWE superstar The Miz, who I would also love to see in PGA Tour 2K. They should call it The Miz's PGA Tour 2K23. That's what they should have done.
He might do it himself.
They're introducing Top Golf, which, like, again, like, mini golf's right
about
there.
A mile like, down the road from my house. Top
like
golf.
Putt-putt's right there.
That's where they go get drunk at every day.
Yeah, I don't think if they bring that drunk mechanic into Top Golf and PGA Tour, it might be a good addition. Otherwise, like, whatever, man. But they also have they are doing, I think they call them online societies, but basically you're gonna have these groups where you can host your own tournaments, have group events and stuff like that, which I didn't dig into the online in 2K22 very much, except to play that frenzy mode that they added after Super Rush came out. But yeah, which is coming back too, by the way. That's Divot Derby, which is the Mario Golf Super Rush version of PGA Tour that they added.
A badge
second
system?
trailer shows they have a badge system. That's interesting. That's very 2K of them.
That's the problem with 2K now. Take out the damn badges. People don't play the game no more. They depend on their badges. He got fearless finisher. So I'm just gonna.
I was just about to say name top 3 badges in PGA Tour 2K.
That's gonna be a hit video for us. Don't joke about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look, like I said, like I like the PGA Tour games. PGA Tour 2K22 is great. Depending on what this badge system is, it feels really hard to mess up an PGA Tour. There's too many of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A PGA Tour 2K23 game. It seems like it would be hard to screw this up.
Yeah.
The most important change: 3-click swings. Smart. Finally, I don't got to do that stick stuff anymore. I don't care for that. Just let me hit the button 3 times. That's all I need to do. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We're getting new info on that coming in the next couple of weeks. I believe that drops in October 14th. And then if you pre-order one of the special editions, you get to start playing on October 11th.
That's a little bit more soon than I thought.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
They always announce the PGA Tour games really close to release. It surprises me every year for some reason. Yeah, I think that's going to do it for us for news today. Unless there's anything you two would like to add.
At me, gamer tag.
Let's hit a couple of questions real quick. We already explained the FC thing. Let's see. Can we have EA try another baseball? The show is good, but MVP revisited. Michael Gott, I don't know if anybody.
I'm gonna say hell to the no.
I don't think Super Mega Baseball is under that umbrella now, right? I think EA's got Super Mega Baseball. That might be your closest.
They're working on boxing. They want boxing back before they bring back baseball.
They'll bring boxing back before they bring baseball. Let's talk about boxing because let me find it.
Oh, I can't wait for that game. They got you talking about the licensing for esports?
Yeah, so
well, it all went to boxing. That's the problem. They have everybody in that damn boxing game.
Sam, I am Cole Soy. Sorry, maybe. Or I nailed it. We'll see. Need a better Fire Pro Wrestling. True. When is that boxing game coming out? Do you mean Esports Boxing Club? Because boy,
you got a minute.
I wish I could tell you.
It's like Creed 3.
Look,
just keep pushing it back.
Maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe that's the reference they're going for. You know, I am never going to knock a company for delaying a game except for Advance Wars because that game was literally finished and there's no reason why they can't release that remake. I'm never going to knock a company for needing more time, especially with Esports Boxing Club. It really feels like Steel City Interactive had higher ambition. And then once they started to reach that high ambition, they realized like, we're like 10 guys and this is going to take a lot longer than we thought. My worry with Esports Boxing Club is that the updates they release are not very often now. And they're also no longer willing to say like, this is our beta window, which that I understand from like, you don't want to keep giving people, you don't want to keep, it's better to not have a beta window than to keep delaying your beta window. But now it's like every month that they go by, because they used to do monthly updates. So like even if they were minor updates, they would be communicating every month. They had those big series of roster announcements. Now we get occasional pictures of boxers who have been scanned in recently, and some of those don't look very good, you guys. So like it's hard. I can understand. You got to have faith, right? Like I think that I have faith that they're going to come out with that product eventually. And I think that when they do, it's going to be polished and it's going to be good. But I understand
it seems
that
like every time they bring out something like a little teaser of the game, it seems like it's just heavily criticized immediately, or like so many people are just waiting for them to bring it out.
Like I think that they got a lot. I think this goes back to like, I think that they had big dreams for this thing and they still do. And I think that got away from them really quickly. And I think some of that is included in this, like, when you are being like, we're bringing back boxing games, like you got to be prepared for the amount of people who have been waiting for someone to do that. to show up. And every
I was
time
just
you
about
release
to say
something,
that. Like everybody
be
wants Fight
prepared.
Night round 4 or something.
Everybody
like
wants
that.
Fight Night round 8. Yeah, like everybody wants. Do they do 8 rounds? I don't know much about boxing.
No,
but,
I think they went up to champion.
do they go to 10?
Stop.
But yeah, you know what? It's all going to come down to like, do you have faith that they're going to nail it? And like, yes, I think that I'm willing to give them more time than a lot of other people are. Certainly, like I'm willing to be way more patient about this, considering like they have released some really good info. They have released some really good looking gameplay. They have released good looking scans, which like, you know, you can have the good with the bad. It's just like, at some point they either need to admit that they overpromised or they need to take as long as they can. So like, if they're going to take as long as they need, then that's fine. If I'm going to have to write up another SGO most anticipated game of 2022 article about Esports Boxing Club, I'm not going to be that mad. Like I'll do it. It's fine. But yeah, this is an interesting rumor.
That's not a rumor. They're in the game. You saw it in the trailer. You saw Reggie Miller. You saw Charles Barkley. So the rumor is there. Charles, it shocked the world.
I'm glad that they came to that agreement, by the way. No reason not to pay retired players. Like, come on. Pay everyone and pay them more. Do I think NCAA 24 will have 112 user online dynasty? No. But what was that? Do you guys remember that PlayStation multiplayer shooter, that MAG? Yeah, massive action game.
That was the greatest thing ever. And it
massive action football.
It was completely wet the bed.
Do you guys see any questions that stick out to y'all? I think we're in the wrap-up stages now.
That's about everything. This right here answer that question for you, Michael Gott. Is that Michael Game of Thrones? I don't think they ever make another NFL coaching game. I actually bought that game, by the way.
I think that like you will probably see another company eventually do that, like an unlicensed American Football Manager, because they cannot call it Football Manager.
When they're unlicensed, no one cares.
That's rough, right? Like the biggest obstacle people are going to have.
That Flutie football game? Didn't Doug
Flutie's Maximum Football? Please put respect on its name. Rest in peace.
Little short guy.
Little short guy football. Short King football 2020, whenever it was.
So someone asked, is this where sports gamers hang out? Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Tuesday, 8:00.
Yeah, and thank you, sports gamers, for hanging out with us. I know it's been a big break. Really, I let Mike talk his own shit earlier, but like I want to talk some shit on Mike too. Like, big part of what brought us back, getting us together to get this thing going again. Like, so big shout outs to Mike Knoxxx. Like, make sure you go follow him on Twitter and check out his other stuff. Like, man is all over the air. Like, please listen to talk about wrestling. Please listen to him talk about sports. Like,
I even talk about The Notebook.
He will even talk about The Notebook.
I'm messing with Curtis right there. It's the greatest stuff story of all time.
Oh my god.
But next week we'll be back next week. And we're back now. More news. So you already know how to comment below and all that good stuff. Let us know what you guys want to talk about, what games you guys are playing, and things like that. This week, like I said, please follow me. You'll just see everything I do. I'm not going to sit here and plug other things I'm a part of, because I'm now part of FGO Sports Gamers Online. Like I said, I've been with The Natural for about 19 years. It's funny, I was going through YouTube before the show started. I met him at the Xbox release down in E3. I know him before then, but we met for the first time back then. And so I'm here now. It's been a long time coming, so I'm happy to be here. But yeah, best in sports talk, entertainment. Some call me the godfather of podcast radio, but that's just too modest. I just give myself a Barry Horowitz. I'm just working. Y'all like the jackets, chalk line, not mine.
Man,
they are mine though. But come holler at your boy.
Check out Mike. Check out Mike on Twitter at Mike Knoxxx.
It was your fault. It was Jake's fault. I'm sitting here.
I had to bring the jacket back. We were back.
I'm gonna do Superman for the first episode. Let him know where I come from, because he can beat Goku, by the way. Okay. Then I come in here and he got the jacket. Yeah, I said that if my son heard it, he'd have been in.
Yeah, I'm over here like, okay.
I'm not joshing you. Okay.
Save it for the after show.
Okay. But he over here looking all spiffy. And I'm like, hold up. I got colorful jackets. And I live in Florida, and I wear these hot ass colorful.
That's crazy.
That's tough. That's tough.
It's warm in Chicago, but it ain't Florida hot.
Thanks, Richard.
Go Speed Racer, go, baby. Sam, we will reach out to you with your code for Curse of Golf. I hope you enjoy Curse of Golf, the video game. You can find Curtis at Callie from the Dojo. Curtis got another podcast he does as well. He also talks about video games. You can follow me at TH3 Composer, but you shouldn't. I don't talk about anything good or important or cool. That's the SGO Press Pass. We will be back next Tuesday, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, with more sports, gaming, news, and content. Peace out, y'all.
See you later.
Peace.